Hello, folks. Brandon Chapman here for TheoTRADE. It's the January 12th, just before the market's going to close. And the S&P is kind of staging a bit of a rally here going into the close here. So notice we kind of came off the overnight gap. Certainly the announcement regarding, are we going to cut, cap interest rates at 10% for banks, et cetera. Financials obviously leading the market down today, or one of the leaders to the downside, along with energy down about 0.75% today. But overall, the market's recovered off of those lows. But with really staples leading the way, the kind of the big drop here, rip higher. We've just been kind of settling in. Staples up 1% today. We got industrials up 0.63% and technology 0.6. So again, we're seeing that really a defensive rotation, and with gold really significantly outperforming the S&P today at 1.9%. Even we're coming off our highs a little bit, and silver up 6.5%. Now, how does this tie in with our subject? Our subject's China. How does gold and silver kind of tie in? Well, guess what? We've talked about, trade, reciprocal trade agreements, tariffs, reciprocating tariffs, all this stuff. Is it leading to maybe the idea that we're kind of selling, treasury bonds or divesting, or is China divesting themselves in dollars? Is that leading to dollars coming out of the market? Are they buying gold and silver? It's certainly one of those. And also another one that's typically been somewhat at different times kind of correlated with gold is Chinese stocks. The idea is that, look, if we're supporting Chinese markets, if we're talking about we're selling dollars, we might turn our attention to Chinese stocks, and maybe the government is buying Chinese. Who knows? Point being is that FXI is up significantly today. Well, why? We're talking about trade. Well, one of the weaknesses they've had is certainly we're trying to cut our trade imbalance with China. Apparently did a pretty good job, one of the lowest trade deficits we've had forever. But today, China reached a deal with the EU. And so it's kind of an interesting phenomenon that's happening here. Electric vehicle exports, they plan a minimum pricing guidelines. They don't want to compete too much, but hey, if we're going to raise the price on it, and China is the largest producer, producing about 70%, at least in 2024, producing 70% of all EVs. Again, this is a big deal for them if they can export electric vehicles to Europe. And maybe they get something coming to the United States too. But the point is, FXI, this is the largest 30 companies, are up 3% today. Well, if we look at KWEB, these are your internet ETFs, or internet stocks rather, it's up 5%. Now, if we think about a lot of the top holdings here, stocks like maybe Baba, for example, PL, Planet Labs, this one we had a print on last Friday, but Baba here, it's up 10%. Big move, big breakout here. Again, what's fueling it? Well, if we're looking at this, certainly there's the possibility of just strength. But underpinning this, we are seeing some significant option activity in a number of these names. And if we look at, for example, like ASHR, this is much more of a broader index, but it's only up 1.2%. It's not just investing in the biggest names. It's broader in terms of sectors and market caps. It's not performing as well. Clearly, the emphasis here in China is technology. So let's turn our attention to something that might help identify potential trades in this Chinese space. Now, I'm going to click on our one-click block trades. We're going to try to bring these block trades to the surface. There's 42 right now out of 1,247. These are pre-screened candidates, but again, 42 have had trades of 1,000 contract blocks or more. Now, topping the list today is actually a bearish trade in ASHR. So the idea is that we're seeing maybe some hedging going on in this one, February 20th. Again, the downside here, 28,000 contracts bought, here at today, at 1:09 Eastern time, the 31 puts. Those 31 puts are very, very far out of the money. It's not going to carry the degree of impact that a closer strike price would. So, for example, FXI, we're talking a 16 delta, a bit closer. And these are call options. 15,000. Well, actuality, if we look at the totality of this, I'm going to just screen by 100. And we'll look at the top candidates today. Again, 15,000 contracts in one print, but look at all these significant prints afterwards, hundreds of contracts, 1,300 contracts, 1,200, 500, 900. These are all buys in one trade, one print. And so the idea is we're seeing buying activity at a strike price on the call side that's more connected and closer with the stock price. Well, let's reset the filters here. Let's look at KWEB. So now we're looking at the call option and put option activity on KWEB. Now, I want to screen away stuff that's being sold. That doesn't really mean anything. We're focused on stuff that's being bought. Now, right away, we notice that virtually all these are calls. right? And then we look at and kind of just screen this like, well, 1.2, and we're looking for stuff that's probably most likely opened. And as we look at this 8,000 contracts here, we got the 3750 calls. We can see the location. Notice 2,700 contracts are bought in one trade. That's a significant print in KWEB, 2,700 contracts. Point being is that they're mostly buying calls in KWEB. So when we think about directional risk or directional opportunity, ASHR, yeah, we got this way out of the money puts that are being bought down here. There's not as much a catalyst or driver for ASHR, but for FXI and for KWEB, there is. So we're looking at maybe 42 to the upside. We're looking at KWEB here. We're looking at maybe, again, we're just barely breaking out. We're just barely getting started here. Could we see maybe a retracement? I'm just going to bring up my fib tool right here, for example. We'll just go from peak to trough, but we're at a 1/3 retracement, $40, break 40. We're looking at 43. Everything comes down to what? How strong is the Chinese currency, the Chinese yuan or renminbi, going to be against the dollar? That will help support Chinese stocks and overall rotation or strength into some of these names. Now, we look at companies that might have some exposure here, like, for example, Plug. Again, we're not really breaking out of this, a U.S. company, but the idea is, can we get some downstream to U.S.? I have a Ghost Prince technology watch list over here, but we got Planet Labs up to 11.5% today. Huge option activity last week there. We're finally seeing that come to fruition with a big squeeze today. Again, you got ABAT. Are we going to see some periphery start to move in that battery space? Albemarle, certainly this has been on a tear as we're looking at kind of key elements or key whatever key metals that go into building batteries, for example. Are we going to look at and as we're looking at nuclear, are some of these stocks going to start to make a move here in conjunction with RGTI's up 3%? I'm looking for this thing to get up north of 28 hopefully this week. But the point is, we are seeing some breadth of strength. We're recovering off our lows after that announcement that's kind of dragging down financials here. And by the way, financials, 19,000 put contracts bought. You go XLF. So right here, you got 19,000 puts at the 50 strike being bought today. So point being is that we're seeing kind of the trade play out in the options market. We're seeing these drivers, but for right now, China, we may be kind of a coming around a bit to technology generally. And some of these more speculative names that might be in battery or producing batteries or power, for example, could be an opportunity. Anyway, folks, but anyway, so we're watching this, how to trade it. Again, as we're looking at stuff like, KWEB, the great thing about companies like this is that, or ETFs like this, is generally speaking, the volatility skew is pretty favorable. You can buy a lower strike and sell a higher strike up here and construct a relatively cheap spread. Buy a 38, sell a 40, buy a 39, sell 41, somewhere in here. That allows you, hey, if we get a push towards 40, you're able to get out. Close it at a 70% gain. 40's there. You got about 40 some odd days. Well, folks, that's our video for today. Catch you back next week. Have a good one. Thank you.